Good morning. Welcome to another beautiful day in Lusaka, Zambia. I had a few views. I was surprised how many on my small talk on discrimination. So I thought I would expand on that, especially because Zambia was part of the empire, a colony. And I'm sure that what I have to say applies to places like Zimbabwe, South Africa, Kenya, Tanzania. Although Tanzania wasn't a British colony. I think they were the Germans. Anyway, I suppose the most important fact from what I've lived through has been that discrimination comes from fear. What the colonialists did was divide and rule. Separate the blacks, the Indians, the coloreds, and the whites. And then, very importantly, you give each group different privileges. Meaning, if you're white, you can live here and you can have these jobs, mainly administrative, academic, paper pushers. If you're colored or Indian, let me say brown, they gave you the technical jobs, like being a mechanic. I'm sure you know what I mean. Yes, so you'll work under the whites. Yes, and basically you're there to give instructions to the black people. The black people were at the bottom of the pile, and they did the real labor. They did the physical things. And same again, they were separated from the coloreds and separated from the whites, where they lived, where they shopped. So, what has been my experience? Because you're not born a racist, I can assure you. I think it might be a good time to tell you that my mother was a white woman and my father was a black man. You're not born racist. So, what happened? What happened is that we got independence, and equality didn't come automatically. So, there's frustration. And there was also fear and resentment. And I think that the biggest contribution to discrimination is fear. When the white masters left, they left their white brothers with us here in Africa. Yes, and they were afraid of what was going to happen to them. So they close up. The South Africans have a term for it. It's called a lager, where when you think you'll be attacked, you take your ox carts and you make a big circle and you hide inside the circle. Fear. That was also in the Browns, the Indians and the Coloreds. Those that had been given a small bit of education so that they could become the technocrats. The difference between them and the whites was the whites had amassed resources. All the Browns had, to keep them apart, was their jobs. Independence comes along. Thank goodness. One man, one vote. All men are equal. But for the Browns, you had to get there on merit. You could keep your job if you really knew how to do it. Not that you were just a spokesperson for the white man. A very difficult position to be in. And truly born out of fear. I have a good friend. He's been around a lot longer than me. And I'd like to talk to him. So I'm hoping that I shall include my chat with him in this video. So I shall close up for now. And hopefully you'll meet him in our next session. Thank you, Lusaka, Zambia.